I stopped by to eat Jongu Xiao Dumplings and Mapo Tofu. We're going to Mapo, but we found a local branch instead of the tourist one. It's also an old shop and there's no line. It seems to share the same building with Jongu Xiao. Mapo is upstairs, Jongu Xiao is downstairs. Are they both state-owned? Let's try the community branch. The tourist ones are usually bad. The dumplings are pork-filled. Since it's a state-owned restaurant, they don't seem to cut corners. Otherwise, I might have skipped dumplings and just had buns. Oh, they sell roast duck here too. Right. I asked the waiter and he said they're part of the Sichuan Food Beverage Co, a state-owned enterprise. Both Jongu Xiao and Mapo belong to it. I think if state-owned restaurants are managed well, they can still make good food. I didn't read any of the posters or introductions. I haven't even tasted the food yet. It feels like one of those old shops near Chengdu Temple in Shanghai that sell pan-fried soup buns. They even make their own cold dishes. I didn't order shredded pork and garlic sauce, just twice-cooked pork. That's our dish. They brought me rice. Okay, let's eat the dumplings with a bit of chili oil. Try it. Are these grilled on an iron plate? You need to mix the garlic in. I didn't. The taste is average, but there's definitely a lot of meat. Much more than in regular dumplings. The flavor is strange, sweet and salty. What do you think? It's sweet at first, then salty after, right? Yeah, thanks. Honestly, these dumplings aren't like regular ones. There's plenty of meat, but it's not fragrant, and the seasoning is too heavy. Just average. Let's try the twice-cooked pork. I'll start with a lean piece. The waiter said their twice-cooked pork is lean with just a bit of fat. This seems like second-cut pork. More fat than lean. I'll try a fatty piece to see if it smells gamey. The one I had at the tourist place earlier did. This one doesn't. Just oily. The lean and fat parts are completely separate. Now I understand why the dumplings taste sweet. It's from the sauce. The red chili oil sauce is actually sweet. The dumplings themselves are salty. If you eat them alone, they're fine, but the sweetness feels odd. Not bad, just not what I'm used to. The twice-cooked pork tastes fine, maybe because this is the local branch. The guy told me firmly they don't use pre-made dishes. He said, you can say it's not tasty, but it's not pre-made. What do you think? Too oily, right? Yeah. Is this the second cut type I mentioned? Try this cabbage with it. Compared to the one earlier, how's it? This twice-cooked pork isn't bad, just too greasy. The cabbage is crisp and sweet, but also oily. You said it's not very fragrant? Right, not as good as the one from Huanggang. The Huanggang one had a bit of sweetness and a roasted aroma. This one's milder. The cabbage here is thick, so it doesn't absorb flavor well. That's why I don't like it. Thin cabbage works better. The fat is really fatty. Eating too much fatty meat in Sichuan gets tiring. It's just too oily. Still, this twice-cooked pork has some wok aroma. Maybe the oil quality is just average. Now for the Mapo Tofu. It's still bubbling hot. Let's try it. I can smell the chili oil from afar. The last time I had it somewhere else, it was more crisp and fragrant. This one isn't. Try it. They say Mapo sets the standard for the entire Sichuan cuisine industry. But honestly, it's just average, not as good as people say. The flavor is weak, not rich, not numbing, not spicy enough, and slightly bitter. The tofu doesn't absorb flavor. The texture is fine, but the taste is bland. I think the best Mapo Tofu I've had so far is from Huanggang's shop. When I went there the second time, the tofu wasn't red, but coffee colored, which looked strange, yet it tasted better than this. I'll try another bite. Still, no real flavor. No numbing, no pepper fragrance. The worst I've had in Chengdu so far. Why do people like this? Online reviews said this is the only good dish here, but I think it's the worst. It's extremely oily, with a thick layer of oil on top and still no flavor. The tofu doesn't soak up seasoning and has a faint bitterness. I don't get it. The twice-cooked pork was okay, though a bit tough. The smaller pieces are better. The tofu, though, not good. They also serve another Sichuan dish, Hong Mao Chicken cubes, which once competed with a Yunnan dish. Let's try that. Look at this. So much tenderizing powder that it's too soft to bite through. The chicken's overly tenderized. After trying several dishes, I can see the problem. The staff don't care. Maybe because it's a state-owned restaurant. They cook lazily, pour in lots of oil so the food doesn't stick to the pan and look shiny, but they ignore flavor. For the chicken, they just toss in a handful of tenderizing powder. Since it's not their own business, they don't care. I'll try another bite of the Hong Mao Chicken. Still too soft from the tenderizing powder. The cooking here is just sloppy. A staff member I talked to earlier said, "You can say our food isn't tasty, but don't say it's pre-made." He's right about that. He knows it's bad. Between Nanjing Yuan's Hong Mao Chicken and this one, which do you like more? This one's slightly better, has more wok aroma. Okay, they're about the same. We're done eating, time to pay. The service was nice. When they saw I hadn't finished, they asked for feedback on every dish, and I told them honestly. The waiter's attitude was good, but since it's not his restaurant, he probably doesn't care much. Just following procedure. Thanks for watching Nihao Bites. See you in the next Taste of China.